Double and dynamic double progression are excellent tools to use to develop size and strength. In this video, I'm going to explain what they are, who they're best suited for, and the pros and cons. So starting off with double progression, first of all, you're looking to hit all sets across at the top end of your rep range before you add load to the bar. In this example, I'm using 6 to 10 reps, but you can use any rep range you want depending on the adaptations that you're trying to drive. You'll notice in this example, you're looking to build your reps up at 40 kilo over the first few weeks. Because you didn't hit all sets across in week 3, you'll stay at that same load for the following week. In week 4, you eventually hit all sets across, so that's when you'd add load to the bar next session. And that's how double progression works, super simple. Now this model is great to use for beginners. It's really hard to under or overshoot your loadings with this progression scheme. Now the cons are, it's a slower rate of progression. Using that example again in week 3, because you didn't hit all sets across, you have to stay at that load for the following week. I also find within double progression, your last set is always the hardest when you're in your most fatigued state. When you're fresher at the start, your first set for example, those sets sometimes feel redundant. Now the solution to this is dynamic double progression. Now dynamic double progression use the first set to determine whether you increase load for the following session. So for example, you can see through the first few weeks, because you've hit the higher end of your rep range, which is 10, that means you increase weight the following week. In week 4, you only hit 8 reps, which means you stay at that same load until 10 reps is achieved. Now I've put an asterisk here as well, because you'll notice after the 8 reps on the first set, you drop to 6 reps. Now this is at the lower end of your rep range. Now in order to stay within that 6 to 10 rep range, I would drop the weight for the last set, so say 40 kilo. And that's dynamic double progression. It's super easy to implement, and because you're using that first set to determine whether you increase load the following session, I find it a far superior progression model compared to double progression. Dynamic double progression is great for beginner and intermediate lifters. It's something I've been using in my own training for decades. It's what got me to a 70 kilo mill press, which is a few kilos short of my body weight. It got me to 40 kilo on a dip, which is over half body weight, and it got me to a 26 kilo pull-up. Now, I'm not saying that those numbers are spectacular. Those are my current best at age 43, and it's something I'm super proud of. And it's dynamic double progression that I used in order to achieve some of those loads. If you'd like a free training program that incorporates dynamic double progression, then click on one of these videos here. Thanks for watching.